news from Knit Happens Teesside for the 8th week of 2024. Last night at knitting, Andy was working on her very fine Shetland style yarn that's like a lace weight, and she's knitting it very densely. So there might not be much to report if she's going to be knitting that, because there's a lot of knitting. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? Jill was working on her lace sweater. It is a sweater, not a cardigan. But she ran out. She ran out of yarn. This is the pink and purple and orange. And she thought, I've got something, I'm sure I have something that's very similar to this. So she had a look in her stash, and she had some very similar yarn with the same colours, but I don't think it had so much white, and it had more texture. So what she's doing is knitting it in stripes, and I really don't think you can tell. But what I'll do is I'll wait until there's kind of a substantial amount, which won't be long, knowing Jill, and then get a picture and show you. So that's just adding to the texture, I suppose. Helen, Helen was accompanied by Barney last night. Barney is her niece's teddy bear, and she's knitted him an outfit. And at the beginning of the evening, he was wearing red trousers and a red sparkly sweater that I'll show you. She had something dark on her needles. I know she was sewing it up. So I asked her what she was making. And it was another pair of trousers for Barney. Barney's very cute, isn't he? So these were his smart pants. His smart trousers. So she was having fun with that. Well, we all did. And he had a cupcake as well, a chocolate one. We had a little visitor, but she wasn't doing any knitting. She was occupying herself with an iPad. Don't know what she was doing on there. Fee had her blanket with her, a granny blanket, and it's really quite, well, it's not ginormous, but it's really quite big. Now, it's made from various stashes of cotton yarn, but she realised that some of it was double knit and some of it was 4-ply. So she's having to sort it all out, and I'm not quite sure which one this blanket is. I think it's double knit. It looks like double knit. So maybe she'll just have to do a double knit blanket and a 4-ply blanket. Maybe that'll be what she has to do. Well, I was making my shawl, and I'm not a great deal further on with it, but I'm sure you like to see it every week. And if you don't, well, distract yourself. So last week I was there, and now I am obviously there, but where I am, I know it's a bit of a neutral, but I am almost at the centre. So I thought, down the middle I'll have a neutral shade, and then I'll be going into lilac and pinks on the other side. Really, it's going to just, I know I've got pink at this side too. It's just going to be all my favourite colours. Now, the thing about this shawl, I'm going to show you actually. I'll turn my camera around. See if I can do it without having to do any editing. Don't look at the mess. Dolly Daydream, she's not very helpful. She just stands around. She just stands around doing nothing, don't you, Dolly? Right. Get in the right place. As you can see, this is rather large. If I was to hold it at the back of my neck, we have a wingspan, and this is half. So if you are inspired to make this, if you hang fire, Neil is re-editing his pattern, and there will be a small, medium and large. This being the large. What I have here is joyful silence. So if you would like some joyful silence, turn me off. And if you're okay for a while, listen to the rest. It is Le Silence vous et tu, and it is apple and lemon tea. And it is just a little bit hot. But very nice for a sunny day, which it is. Sunny and cold. Still cold. Because there's no clouds to keep us warm. Right. As you may have noticed, I am wearing Zweig. This is, chop my head off. This is my most worn hand knit, I think. I think it's the one I've worn the most. Hence, it sprung a leak. And the reason I am showing you is because a little while ago I dug this out, and this sweater is still hanging around waiting to be repaired, and as soon as I repair it I'll be wearing it all the time for sure. So this is Drops Alpaca, and I don't think that it's a problem with the wool. I think it's just that I have worn this so much that I've worn it out. And this is single. It's a single, like not an unplied. It's Black Elephant yarns, and well, I had two skeins. Couldn't find anything that really worked because there was too much of a contrast between the blends of the colours. But I think it may have faded a little bit, and you can see that. You can see the detail. I am going to make another Zweig because it's just such a good pattern. I think you start at the top, and all the details very enjoyable. It does have a nice neckline with short row shaping at the back, and it's so enjoyable. And then you get to here and you think, well, I've done all that now. All I need to do is knit my sleeves and my body. So that's, I think, when you see how lovely this comes out, it's an inspiration to finish the jumper. So definitely make another one. Just need to get my wool together. Like, have a ramble through my stash and decide what goes with what. So I think that's just about it for this week. So more news, maybe next week.